Hi, I'm Miss Hussein. Welcome to A-Level Politics. During our politics course, we look at two big studies. We look at America and we look at the UK. So when we look at the UK, we're looking at things to do with government and to do with politics. So we look at political parties, we look at democracy, we also go to the constitution, and we also study parliament.
At our A-level course, as part of our America section, we focus on the sort of development of the presidency, we look at Congress, we look at the election cycle, and so the impact of pressure groups as well, which again, very, very important at this time.
A politics analysis of why the Conservatives won the 2019 general election.
His catastrophic resignation in May 2019, Boris Johnson became the Conservative Party leader and the Prime Minister of the UK. On Thursday, the 19th of December 2019, Britain went to the polls for the fourth time in one single decade after Johnson was unable to push his exit deal with the European Union through Parliament, since he headed a minority government. Johnson was up against Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn, Liberal Democrat leader Jo Swinson, and SNP leader Nicola Sturgeon.
One major reason why the Conservatives won the election was because of their party manifesto. In the manifesto, they made it very clear that Brexit was the most important policy for them. And Boris Johnson's slogan was to get Brexit done, and he kept pushing it through the entire campaign. Their other policies were to spend more on the NHS and public services to boost once they've left, but their main focus is Brexit. Labour's manifesto was the most radical in a generation. They focused more on taxation and nationalisation and moved away from New Labour and the policies that Blair had in the 1997 general election. When it came to Brexit, and Jeremy Corbyn wanted a second referendum with either his deal. The Liberal Democrats' manifesto had a policy to revoke Article 50 and thereby stop Brexit, but some people said this was undemocratic because it went against the 2016 referendum result.
Okay. From the 2019 election, it's clear to see that there's been a big shift in social classes voting for specific parties. Typically, we would assume that the working class would vote for Labour. However, in recent years, with the decline of traditional jobs for the working class going down and past failures of the government, it's clear to see why Conservatives have swayed other classes to their side. For example, in 2008, with the recession, arguably you could say it was the Labour's government's incompetency to deal with the situation, resulting in many losing faith with them and resulting to them voting for Conservatives in later years. Furthermore, you could say with the Brexit issue since 2016, voters have moved away from it being left and right versus each other to getting Brexit resolved. And as we all know, Boris Johnson was big on getting Brexit done, and you can say that it was Labour's stance on it, which arguably you could say is Corbyn's fault. He wasn't very clear on it, resulting in many of them again saying Labour is incompetent and moving over to the Conservatives.
Age remains the biggest dividing line in UK politics, with the general pattern being younger people voting for Labour and elderly people voting for Conservatives. To break it down for you, within the age group of 18 to 24, 56% of the vote went to Labour, as opposed to just 21% to Conservatives. This is not a common trend. From 40 onwards, Conservatives begin to take the majority. However, this differs from 2017, where the group of 40 to 49 was still majority Labour. This is why it's very important for us as young people to start voting. If you're feeling underrepresented, this is your way to hold your MP to account and get your voice heard.
In conclusion, the Labour Party faced the biggest defeat since 1992, winning only 191 seats. Many infer that Brexit was the main factor. However, Corbyn's loss of the Red Wall could be a big factor as well.